flow. If you can find flow, it's there because I can relax here and push in the path here, extending the path here. So, see how it works. It's got to come from something. Setting it up, it's got to come through. Boom, momentum at least going a little bit, just so I can get it on the first one. And then here's path, small, bring it back over, and then set actual path. So it's got to be not manual. Overview for the next, hopefully, extended period of time with the 3/4 wire 35. Trying to get around 25 throws in per day of using it, but trying to find the wind is going to take some time. What I'm still wanting to do is set path without influencing the ball here. It's going to take a minute to figure that out, but I think a gradual build up in the wind makes more sense than holding it in path, because if my hands are holding the ball and the ball is beneath my hands, my influence is going upward. So I like the idea of the last set of winds that I had. Very much just get the pendulum going, find stretch in my left hip, get it going on the first wind, set path just a smidge bit lower than I would want it, and then find flow over left side. And then once it gets over left side and I've set my left hip, then I extend out into the path that we want. I think that's the best way if I'm getting a multitude of throws in, especially when I'm getting tired. It's very possible in the beginning to manually put path in, but even then I won't be able to get full extension through my arms if I'm here. So that's what I'm trying to, if I can figure out the winds with my 35, I can figure out the winds in anything. And of course this is coming off of kind of a weird morning, but had about 10 throws this morning, 15 throws in the evening. I like splitting it up. Hopefully I can get around like 15 throws or so in the mornings and keep it around like 10 to 15 in the evening. I don't mind it. I like the pad that I have, and it's very secluded. I don't have to worry about time. I think in the future I'll take plenty more time in between throws, but conditioning is fine, and I'm just waiting until I can get my air back, which is, I mean, after hauling it back, it takes like no more than 15 seconds, 20 seconds, and then I can go again. But in order to be more thoughtful in between each throw, so I don't want to go into every throw half-assing it mentally. So physically I'm fine, but mentally I need to be processed. I need to process and then continue on that way. So take a little bit more time in between throws to process, because I have nobody else out here for my rest time, my mandatory rest time. So if I can get done with 15 throws in 30 minutes, I mean, that's almost not too much, I would say. So I'm going to try to be more thoughtful in the winds, be more thoughtful of left side, be more thoughtful of the line, and be more thoughtful of connecting in the first catch. Because if I can connect in the first catch, then I have it. And then knee drive, or whatever you want to discuss, or whatever you want to describe it as, out the quarter turn, and not needing anything else. So here's the thing, is that when I knee drive, I'm catching back right corner. I'm not looking to catch back right corner, I'm looking to catch at 270. So this is going to require me grounding earlier. That's the next step. That's the next step because I'm not grounding early enough. It's this big heel, toe up, and then over. I need it to be grounded now. That'll take a minute. Simple, but it'll take so all it is just being more conscious. I've already done it before. But being aware and making those fixes right away, I did what I wanted to do today. I wanted right knee drive to quarter turn after my catch. Did it. Felt fine. And now it's just another piece of the puzzle because I want to catch a 270 because I want to keep that connection instead of back right corner. So, I mean, it's just layering. It's layering now. Simple fix. I'll fix that. Tomorrow. And then after that, it's going to organically change. Because that's why it was so kind of odd. That's why it felt off. Because I was getting out of double support earlier without getting into my transition. I was staying on the heel. I was staying on the heel way too long. So I need to be conscious of grounding. If I'm getting off a double support earlier, I need to be ready to transition to single support earlier. So everything is shortened. Everything is shortened by a quarter turn. Literally, everything is a quarter turn earlier now. So I'm going to spend a little bit more time on single support. But at the same time, I don't think so. Because of knee drive being in context now, when the ball is at its low point, it's going to propel me to double support faster. Even though I hate saying slow, I hate saying fast, none of that matters. None of that matters. Early and late don't matter. Being in sequence matters. So then the speed will be what it is. It has nothing to do with anything else other than it being in sequential order. Once it's in sequential order, then the relevance of soft, hard, fast and slow, soft, hard, fast, slow, relevant, irrelevant, may come into play. But I'm only going as fast as the ball is taking me, not from me influencing the ball, but simply. So this was a good fuck up day. This was a good, especially coming off this morning. I had a really good session this morning. This is a good thinking day. A good thinking day of restructuring the order. Nothing else matters. Is you have the tools, but the tools don't mean shit if you don't have them in order. And if the tools are nothing but upper body, you lose. If the tools are nothing but lower body, you fucking lose. Because you lose out on mass acceleration that way. But I mean, with only hands and no feet, then you lose a big context of the direction that you're going. You need both. So that's a little bit past that. I spent a long time with feet only, no hands. Then I spent a good amount of time, probably like a month, on hands only, not thinking about my feet. Then after that, added the feet back in, and now I'm where I am. It was already easy. It's really simple when you break it down in halves. I take it from my upper body only after I learned my lower body. When I learned how to use my lower body, or the direction of my lower body, then wasn't getting any better, all I needed to do was have my hands in contact. It's not horizontal influence, it's not vertical influence, it's outward influence. Outward influence. Think of centripetal force. Rotating around a singular point. What is this thing trying to do? It's constantly trying to get either away, whatever you want to think about it. It's either trying to go away or get closer to the center mass. So the only way to speed this thing up is either to pull and tuck in, but we don't want that, or get full enough extension to where it is now associated with the center mass, physically associated with the center mass, not artificially, actually associated with the center mass. So today, it's just getting back into it. Taking 4 days off from 35 is not ideal, but it was still good this morning. Then the only fix that we had was working right side knee drive, probably a little bit early towards the end of it because I was getting tired. But working right side knee drive, 2/4 turn, not staying in double support too long. As soon as the ball gets to the line, knee drive, boom, get out. Now it's grounding with my left foot after knee drive. And then that's the throw. And I'm sure there's going to be something else, but I mean, for the most part, that's the only thing I can think of right now.